Yuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 8 of the Weekly Whisper. I am your host, Elian Habanero, with my very first guest, the very special guest, the Queen of Horror, Sabrina Kyle. Thank you so much for doing it. I couldn't have kicked it off my first guest with a better way. We are here to talk all things 365 Pro Wrestling and all things Sabrina Kyle. And what a great friend of the family for me. She's so good to my family. I've gotten to know her really well over the last couple months, and the fact that she would do this for me, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. So first, before we get into Sabrina Kyle, we have some big news coming out of the weekend. They did a show in Camp River, BC on Saturday, and they crowned the first ever 365 Grand Champion. I don't know if you've been looking on that on social media as well. So they had 3 qualifying matches. Judas Icarus defeated Nolan James in a qualifier. Jordy Taylor defeated Brett Matthews in a qualifier. Liza Hall went to a time limit draw with Travis Williams, a 15-minute time limit draw, so neither of them qualified for the main event. And then Haviko and Eddie Osborne retained their tag team championships against the Voro twins. And then in the main event, Jordy Taylor, the old gritty bastard, fought against Judas Icarus, and Jordy Taylor was successful, and he was crowned the first ever 365 Grand Champion. So we're here. We're just happy to have you here. Sabrina Kyle, doing big things. And I got a couple questions, because this Saturday, 4 days away, coming up is your big match. You and Scumbag Gates. Scumbag Royalty, you guys like to call. I'm assuming because you're the queen.
Yes.
So that's...
And he's scum.
Yes, and he's the scumbag.
He's scum.
So you guys are going to be taking on the Temple this Saturday, February 29th, at the Alpine Club in Kitchener, Ontario. How did your partnership with Scumbag come about? How did you guys link up?
So he trains at Hamilton Pro Wrestling.
Right, yeah.
And I was going in, and I really liked his work in the ring, and I pretty much had my pick of who I wanted to come out with, and I've been managing him for almost
I know this isn't your first time doing stuff with him.
I was like, he works great with me. Our characters work great together, and
yeah, you guys really do seem to like meant for each other anyway. And so you basically had your first round draft pick, and you picked him. And I've seen him around a lot of shows. Is it because he's got an incredible work ethic?
Yeah, he's great.
And a great attitude, right?
Yes, he's so great to work with. I have never traveled with him, but I did a show in Brantford, and I didn't have a ride home, and I was like, hey, would you mind, I know it's because he lives in Brantford, so I was like, would you mind driving me home? Oh yeah, no problem. He was going to drive me all the way back to Kitchener.
He's always willing to do whatever it takes to get in this business, and it really shows, and that's why he's getting so many opportunities. So you have managed him in the past, but this coming Saturday, it's you and him in a tag team match against Jeff Black and Lenny Lilac at the Temple. Is there any strategies you have for the match that you're willing to share? Or how are you guys going to take down the Temple, do you think?
Well, we both have history with the Temple.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? I have a lot of history with Jeff Black.
And he had the thing with him and Warhead were going against the Temple there for a while.
He also had, I think, a match with Jeff Black as well.
Yes, he did. It was
but
I've
never been in the ring with Lenny, so I don't know.
Well, I will say this.
They're two big guys.
Yeah, me and Bia tried to take down them so many times, and it was always 4 against 2, and we were never successful. But you guys have a different approach, and you may be able to intimidate them, because you guys are something different that they haven't seen. And also, I believe Cece's not going to be there, so that's another person.
Because I'm not intimidated by Tex Lexus at all.
Oh God, I'm not either. Jacob might be, but we're not. So if you guys are successful against the Temple, whoa, that was weird. Down the line, will you guys ever set your sights on tag team championships in 365? You think, or
100%.
Are you guys gonna be together and do singles as well and tag team as well? You think, or
I mean, going forward right now, we have 2 tag team matches coming up. This is our first time ever tagging.
Yeah, you managed them a lot, right?
Yeah, but we've never tagged before, so this will be something new. But yeah, going forward, I'd love a chance at the tag team titles. I'm the only girl on the show, I think, on Saturday.
I believe so, yeah.
It's pretty common for me, being the only girl. But, I don't consider myself a female wrestler, right? So.
Yeah, you fit right in. You're just part of the locker room. You're part of the roster, part of the talent. You're a superstar, and that doesn't matter at all. But we've seen you battle Jeff Black in the past. You guys have some crazy matches in the past and whatnot. Do you feel like you have his number? Like you kind of maybe set some scumbag against Lenny and you take out Jeff?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Jeff has never defeated me.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
No.
Oh really?
Every time I've wrestled Jeff Black, I've pinned him.
So maybe he is not intimidated, but maybe he knows you have his number. Like
yeah.
He's like, oh man, he's really gonna want to get the win this time. Which yeah, I mean, sure he always does. But why do you guys think you and Scumbag would have such good chemistry? Is it just like, you know, the bond? Like he's a scumbag, you're a queen of horror, but he's kind of into the creepy stuff too.
Yeah.
Like
we've kind of come together in this other realm,
yeah, I noticed that the video that dropped today or yesterday, I guess it would be.
Yeah, like we've got our own thing going on, and I mean, come on out to Alpine Club and you'll see what we're doing. Yeah, it's gonna be different and creepy, and
I'm excited. We were talking a little bit off air because we don't want any spoilers for the show. Come out, you're gonna be impressed, and it's gonna be great. It's awesome. And so you guys are a tag team, but like, what do you feel your individual strengths are? Like, what you bring to the table and what he brings to the table.
Well, I mean, I bring obviously the 15 years of experience.
Absolutely, and he's only like a year or two, right?
I think he's like 2 years in.
Yeah.
So I am definitely the brains of the operation, but I mean, he's tough. I mean, you guys, if you came to the PWA show where he wrestled Warhead, and I mean, his back was destroyed. But if you see what he did there, I mean, like he came back for more.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he's
he
resilient,
wants that,
and he's hungry, and I think the both of us together, like, I mean, last year I did a steel cage match, I did a ladder match, I had a concussion, I got the absolute piss beat out of me by guys all over Ontario, and I was back the next show.
Yeah,
and a lot of the time I ended up pinning them. So I think the two of us together, like, it's not going to be easy. No offense to Bia, but the two of us together, we're not Bia.
Yeah, no offense taken. Like, they had our number. They and you guys seem to really be going in with a good strategy. And it's smart of him, being a younger wrestler, to get like maybe not a mentor, but someone with experience, like you were saying, and like then he can, you learn in the car, in the locker room, watching that kind of stuff. And good on him. I really like his attitude. And so personally, where can people find you on social media? I almost had it, but it's like Queen _
it's
something.
Queen. I have to look.
Yes. Okay.
No.
Good. Good.
But you
it's
can,
not just me.
Yeah.
It's like Queen _ horror _ S Kyle or something. Is that like Instagram and Twitter?
Queen _ horror _ S Kyle on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie, I never use my Twitter.
Oh, I don't use Twitter.
And I use my Instagram more than anything, so for wrestling anyway.
And you have like an athlete page on Facebook, don't you? Like Sabrina Kyle?
Yeah, you can add my Sabrina Kyle account on Facebook.
Right. So make sure you're there. Get your tickets now. Get advanced tickets. You can get them right on the website, 365prowrestling.com or canadianprowrestling.com. It's going to be a good show. Let's take a look at some of the other matches that we're going to find there. I believe it's bell time, 7:30, and Alpine Club Kitchener, 464 Maple Avenue. We're going to have BMD versus Eric Kearney. Super K is going to take on the debuting Tyler Arrow. Clay Wilson is going to go against John Tavius. Pretty Ricky versus Brandon Jacobs. Joey Allen versus Rip Impact. And of course, the Temple is going to take on the Scumbag Royalty. You don't want to miss this. Are you going to be spending the whole time preparing for your match, or you think you'll check out other couple matches while you're there?
I'll definitely come out on intermission, but I mean, I'm a big Tyler Arrow fan, so I'll probably watch his match, and I also really love Pretty Ricky.
Oh
so
yeah, like
I'll probably watch his match as well.
The wrestlers are always, that's the thing about being a wrestler, you always want to watch the other guys, and you're still a fan of wrestling, right?
And I'm actually really excited for BMD's match, so.
Yeah, they were supposed to wrestle in Guelph, so it's even built up even more now. So then we have this, I debut a couple different segments on the show. One of them is content checklist. After the weekly Whisper drops every Tuesday, we go through all the YouTube videos that have been dropped after that, and we just go through and see how many you can check off the list. She's been kind enough to help me out here, so we're going to just quickly go through. There's been 24 new YouTube videos dropped. The first one is Haviko and Eddie Osborne responding to the Voro twins, talking about the match that just happened this past Saturday, and then Sabrina's going to do number 2.
The second one is huge news from Old School video.
Yeah, there was video of Old School, some big breaking news. Check it out. It's only a minute or two long. You want to see what he has to say. It really is good news if you're an old school fan. Then we had video number 3 posted was Roughhouse Jeff Black versus Brandon Jacobs in the Underground VIP. I believe it was a thumbtack match. So you can check that out. Pretty brutal match there.
Number 4 was Haviko versus Zach Andrews.
Which, might I add, was the first ever match in the history of 365 Pro Wrestling. Then we had Bret the Body Matthews taking on BJ Laredo. These are all from the first ever 365 show, so they're starting to come out now. And then year number 6.
Then we had the ladder match between Nolan James versus Judas Icarus.
Yes.
Which I'm probably going to check out, because I love both those guys.
It's actually an older one from the Vault, the PWA.
Oh, yeah?
It's from a PWA,
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've seen clips of it, because I was putting together some clips for the Nolan James video I made, and yeah, there's some good stuff in there. And then, so number 7 is Nolan James versus Eddie Osborne 10,000 thumbtack match from the first ever 365 show.
And then Haviko and Eddie Osborne versus Nolan James and Zach Andrews.
Which, might I add, is the crowning of the first ever 365 Tag Team Championships in that match. And then we had Warhead versus Eddie Osborne, the Light 2 match from the Underground VIP at the Registry in Kitchener, Ontario.
And then we have the Temple, Lenny, and CC Moss versus Super K and John Tavius.
Thanks for dealing with my writing, by the way, my chicken scratch. All right, and then so then Nolan James talked about his match, the qualifying match for the Grand Championship against Judas Icarus, which you can now see on the YouTube channel there. Make sure you subscribe, by the way.
And then we have Tex Lexus talking nonsense as usual.
Yeah, he was talking about the show this coming Saturday, and it pretty much was nonsense, always giving Jacob a hard time. But check it out if you're into it. A lot of people like watching Tex. I don't know, it's because they hate him, but he gets a lot of views sometimes. I don't get it. So then video number 13 was a 365 podcast. It was a special Family Day podcast. You're up.
And then number 14 was a 365 podcast. Number 49 with Mike Hart.
And then it was number 15 was podcast number 50, which is Mike Hart Part 2.
And then number 16 was podcast number 51 with my favorite, Scumbag Yates.
Yeah, and then he had a 2-parter as well. Podcast number 52 was with Scumbag Part 2.
Number 18 is Nolan James versus Judas Icarus from last Saturday.
That's right, yeah, the qualifying for the Grand Championship. And then we had another qualifying match, Jordy Taylor, the Old Greedy Bastard versus Bret the Body Matthews.
Then we have Liza Hall versus Travis Williams from last Saturday.
Yeah, and then it was your video. Oh no, sorry. Then it was the Voros Twins versus Javio, the Tag Team Championship match. I apologize. I was just getting so excited.
And then number 22 was myself and Scumbag, so Scumbag Royalty. We were speaking about the match we have on Saturday with the Temple.
And what was that thing at the end where you like came up to the screen and you're like something about like we're even darker or something like that? Like,
well, I mean, I don't even know what the Temple worships.
Yeah, I guess not.
But
Probably themselves.
Yeah, probably. But on Saturday, everyone will find out what we're talking about.
So, like, you're going to out-temple the temple. That's
Maybe.
what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You're, like, beating them at their own game. That's what it sounds like to me.
I think Head Games is going to be the thing on Saturday for them.
This is going to be great, man. I'm so happy to even just be there and interviewing you. Hopefully I'll be able to catch you guys for a post-match interview. I'm going to try and do those the show.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And they'll come out. I'm excited. And then what do we got here? We had the podcast number 53 with Golden Boy Travis Williams.
And then I guess it's podcast number 54 with Jordy Taylor.
That's right, the new grand champion.
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't put the number there. Podcast number 54. 54 podcasts in 54 days. And also, you can, all these things are on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. But the podcast can be found on Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, and on YouTube as well. And when I was quickly going through the results of the show from this past Saturday in Campbell River, if you check them out on the website, 365 Pro Wrestling, they got this new thing where they're the results, and then there'll be a link to the match so you can watch the match right after reading about it. And I forgot to mention that the Jordy Taylor-Brett Matthews match, Jordy Taylor won by DQ. I was supposed to put that in there, and I didn't. Now, this is a new segment we started called TT Trivia Time. We did have a winner last week. Braden Austin, he won a 365 Pro Wrestling shirt for answering 5 questions. Yeah, he's going to get it this Saturday, and he'll be there at the Alpine Club. You answer the 5 questions that I asked. Today they're all about my special guest, Sabrina Kyle. It's 6 questions because she's here, and it's special, and you're going to win a prize from her. But so the go about this is don't post them on the YouTube comments, because then other people see them, and If you have one wrong, then they can pick up on the ones that you do have right. Message me in Facebook Messenger or email ctw52@hotmail.com, and you got a special prize for the winner, right?
Yeah, that's right, I do.
Yes.
So, 8x10, and I will sign it. So whoever wins, I'll sign it with your name on it, so.
And I'll take it upon myself. If you're from out of the area, I will mail it to you. I'll get it to you for sure for being a supporter of the show. So we're going to go into 6 questions about Sabrina Kyle. Now, I didn't make it super hard. All the answers can be found on her episode of the 365 podcast that she did. I can't, was it 17 or 27? It was something with a 7 in it. But it's on there. Just type in 365 podcast, Sabrina Kyle. But like I said, it's iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or YouTube. They can all be found on that, or there was a special roundtable video called PWA Wrap Up 2 with me, her, Joe Dog, Jeff Black, and Eddie Osborne. Some of the answers come from them. So if you watch or listen to the podcast and watch that video, you'll find all the answers you're looking for. So the first one is, who was Sabrina Kyle's very first trainer? And then she's going to read question 2.
Who was my very first match against?
Right. And then who was her opponent the last time she ever wrestled in Kitchener, Ontario?
What wrestler inspired me to start wrestling?
And who does she consider her mentor is question number 5.
And question number 6, how old was I when I started training to become a professional wrestler?
Awesome. I think this is the best prize we've had so far. I mean, everyone likes a 365 shirt, but like they're gonna obviously if they're watching this, they're a fan of you. I'm a fan of you, and they're gonna get a special signed 8x10, and you'll personalize it too, right? Like
Yeah,
their name and
yeah.
whatever they want on it, or
And if they're at the show on Saturday, they can come up and say hi and.
yeah, like she said, she'll be out at intermission. She'll
Yeah.
be selling merchandise. Did you sell it at the shirts, or do you still got some shirts?
I'm
for
sold
sale?
out. I sold
Okay.
out like in 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
were awesome. I
I
tried
need
to
to
get
get-
one, and it was too late.
I need to get some different ones, but this year.
She's in demand, folks. Having a big year, 2020 is going to be great for her, and I'm really happy that you came on. The first guest, I couldn't have had a bigger, better guest for the very first match. But we're going to wrap it up here. This has been episode 8 of The Weekly Whisper. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good time. Thanks for, humoring me and helping be a co-host with me and everything. But we got to mention one thing. Make sure you like, or you'll get a leg drop. Comment, or you'll get a clothesline, and subscribe, or you'll get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero, with Sabrina Kyle. I love wrestling. Cuba!